Hello and welcome to Kareen & Company. Today I'm going to talk to you about our neck. Whether it's the lateral edges, the front, the occipital edges, whether it's difficulty moving to the left, difficulty moving to the right, it makes no difference. What our neck represents, and of course we have our throat chakra here, is our flexibility or our inflexibility with life, with ourself. So as you know, I always love to dowse. I already dowsed before I came on and asked that the information I provide be helpful to you, that you'll be open to hearing. Doesn't matter if you have a pain in your neck or you're always looking back over life, looking over your shoulder, worrying. We can do it through belly button therapy, where you put your finger in your belly button, over your clothes or in your clothes. It makes no difference. But the whole purpose of this video is to heal anything from your past that may have got genetically encoded to you on a physical, mental, or emotional level, or maybe it's something that awakened in you in this lifetime from a past life, or possibly from your mothers, your fathers, your grandmothers and grandfathers. So it's a lot of ancestral healing. And a lot of times it's either mental, emotional, physical, or psychological, and it can even be religious lifetimes. So what I'd like you to do is just take a deep breath in down to this lower dantian, or below your belly button. There's my belly button. You can keep your hand in there. And then a long, slow, 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 slow exhale. Let's take another breath in. I'd like you to do 5 of those before we even begin, as we set our intention for healing, healing of ourself, healing of our ancestors, meaning our biological mother, our biological father, their biological mothers and fathers. And then I want your soul to be open to healing for things you're aware of and unaware of. Maybe there's a lot of hidden secrets in the family, a lot of lies. Remember, when we do this healing, we never blame or shame or point the finger at anyone. What we are simply doing on a soul level and through the help of Spirit, God, Source, is we're going to find when these energies have been, through the breath, acknowledged and then released and cleared. So whether you have an actual neck that's stiff, that's tight, that has a reduced range of motion, has difficulty extending or doing flexion, it makes no difference. We're going to pull all this in, and we're going to incorporate the throat chakra with it as well. So a lot of times our neck has to do with our flexibility in life, whether it's the way we think, the way we process information, or the way we choose not to process information. I think in our childhood it just depends. If you were reprimanded a lot, if you were scolded a lot, if people never told you truths and you always wondered, sometimes we end up in life later with a lot of neck issues. So let's just take a breath in. Throughout this whole video, it's so important you take a breath in, you hold 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a really long, slow exhale. We're going to ask about flexibility. If we have blocks to flexibility, which I'm showing we do, let's take a breath in and give ourselves permission. No matter what we've done, whether to ourselves, our family members have done to us, we've done to our friends, our co-workers, let's clear those blocks to being inflexible. Go ahead and take a breath in. Sometimes we might even do things that punish ourselves. Let's take that breath in. A lot of love, a lot of forgiveness. Maybe we didn't make the correct decisions or make the correct judgments. Let's go ahead and take a breath in and forgive ourselves. Let's forgive those who've been inflexible with us, that maybe created walls or fear or anxiety. Let's breathe that through a couple times. I'll let you know when we're done. Let's make sure as we breathe in, we clear it from our mother and our father and their mothers and fathers. Let's go back through their generations, 1, 10, hundreds of lifetimes, and clear. Possibly they had blocks to making decisions. Let's clear that now, which is hard for you to make decisions. Let's go in and clear those energies now. releasing them for your highest good. Maybe we have a difficult time with our neck. You see how we go different directions, up, back. Maybe we have difficulty making decisions. Maybe we can't go one direction or another. That creates an inflexibility in our life to making decisions. So let's clear any blocks to making decisions that create neck disharmony, which goes into our shoulder and possibly even into our throat chakra, because we don't have the courage or the strength to say what we want to say and to be authentic from our heart. Let's take a breath. Let's also clear it from our biological mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers for lifetimes where people didn't have the openness to express what they wanted. Many times we were under rulers, or in the workplace we had to go along with things we didn't even believe in or feel were okay. Let's go ahead and forgive ourselves and forgive others as well. All at the same time allowing our neck muscles, which relate to our spleen energy, permission to release, to become more flexible, more durable. Good. Okay. Maybe we need to be more objective at times. Maybe we think we know better than most people, but we always have to work as a team. We always have to work as a unit, whether we're at home or within the family or with a group of people. If we're always wanting our idea to be the best idea, the only idea, there is no flexibility there. So we have to learn to be more objective and be willing to be more flexible. Also in our communication, more flexibility. So let's go in and check what we inherited from our mothers and fathers, what experiences in this life has made us possibly not as flexible as we would like to be or objective as we would like to be. As we breathe in, let's breathe in a lot of love, a lot of understanding, a lot of forgiveness. Take another breath, please. Very good. When you breathe in and you exhale, I'm hoping you're feeling your shoulders release. If you have any tightness in your neck, in your upper back, just make sure when you breathe in, you're giving permission to healing your body. We can't hold on to all this energy that's no longer supporting us, no matter what age we are, where we work, who we have relationships with. We have to have a lot of flexibility because every person feels different, thinks different, and experiences different. And we don't have a right to change the way they think, the way they feel, and the way they behave. We really only have the right to shift this vehicle here. This is your mansion. This is where you reside, and in your heart you just have to feel so loved, so supported by you. So this is what we're doing. Breathe in again, hold, and then a nice slow exhale of a lot of love. Take another breath in. A lot of love, a lot of understanding, a lot of divine forgiveness. Let's give ourselves and others to have free expression without getting angry, without getting mad, without disowning one another. Yeah, there's always these boundaries and these lines of integrity, but if it's not harming or hurting you personally, but you're taking all this on, you have to look inside and figure out, why is all this triggering me? So let's allow free expression again in our throat, free expression. As long as it's not knotting up our heart and our lungs and causing us to cry and be fearful and full of a lot of anger and resentment, let's take a breath in. Clearing it, removing it, and releasing it, not only for you, but for your biological mother, father, your ancestors, maybe siblings and offsprings. Let's set our intention that we're shifting this energy to heal not only yourself, but your family, your friends, and the world, because we are all united one way or the other. Very good. With our throat chakra, because it is part of our neck, with our throat chakra, a lot of times, not only us, but our mothers and our fathers, their mothers and fathers, we always had to swallow our emotions. We were never allowed to express how we felt, or if we did, maybe we were reprimanded, maybe we were punished, maybe we were disowned. I mean, there's a lot of things. Sometimes we get kicked out of our tribe for expressing what we believe. We may not even be aware of all the self-punishment and self-destruction that's happened generations before us from our ancestors. So let's go in and clear swallowing the emotions, the pain it causes in the heart, the buildup it causes in the lungs, the backup it causes in the gallbladder and liver. Let's go ahead and heal that energy. Please take a breath in, removing regrets, self-punishment, any programs of self-destruction. Let's clear blocks to opening our throat chakra, speaking from the heart. Speaking from the heart doesn't mean you put people in your place, doesn't mean you belittle them with your verbiage or your knowledge. It simply means that if you're not having this heart pain or this lung pain, then you're living and expressing easily and effortlessly. But I find a lot of people have a hard time saying what they need to say, in fear of retaliation. Maybe people won't like them. But let's give ourselves permission to start expressing from our heart and through our throat chakra. But most of all, it's starting with you, being kind with you, respecting yourself, respecting the decisions you make. And when you express them, are you proud of what you say, or do you hear yourself belittling yourself, punishing yourself? Regardless of what it is, let's shift that energy. Take a breath in. A lot of self-love, a lot of self-understanding, shifting and clearing away energies that keep us blocked, stuck, and trapped. Thank you. Maybe sometimes we feel guilty for saying something. Maybe we feel guilty for not saying something. And you know, the person who gets the hardest punishment is yourself, you. Because then all those words of why didn't you do this, you should have done it, you know, you reprimand yourself, you scold yourself. Let's just take a breath in. Think of all the times that maybe you've not said things or you overspoke. Do a lot of forgiveness and love, whether it's to yourself or to someone who harmed you or someone you harmed. Let's take a moment or two. Let's do 5 breaths in. I want you to hold. I want you to visualize and release through a lot of love and forgiveness, maybe some misunderstandings that took place. Let's give our heart chakra permission to open. Let's give our lung chakras permission to open. Let's give our throat chakra permission to open, releasing energies, emotions, and feelings that no longer vibrate with you as healing or holistic or whole, whatever that means to you. Let's clear any shame and any guilt at the same time that we may be aware of, but maybe it had to do with our biological mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers. Let's just, through our breath, keep releasing and clearing any beliefs, patterns, perceptions, or judgments, whether they're hidden, buried, or covered up, whether we're aware of them or unaware of them. Totally don't think, just through your breath, holding and releasing. Let's shift our energetic lifestyle. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and finish your breath out. Maybe you have a hard time being assertive. Well, figure out what areas of your life you have a hard time, whether it's with your mother or father, your brothers and sisters, best friends, loved ones, maybe it's people at work. If we have a difficulty asserting ourselves, again, that's another heart energy, a lung energy, a throat energy, an ancestral download. Let's just clear the belief that it's hard for us to express ourselves. It's difficult for us to be heard. It's difficult for people to comprehend what we're saying, but most of all, let's forgive ourselves for never speaking up, because maybe we haven't put enough time and energy into communicating effectively, or even hearing or comprehending effectively. Let's clear those blocks now through your breath. Any trapped emotions that we're holding on to, that we're aware of or unaware of, let's bring them to the surface through our breath, remove them and release them. All fears, removing and releasing, whether they're verbal or nonverbal, whether they're mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, or psychological. We've got to clear them. If your throat chakra's hurting, which I feel now, some of you might get a sharp pain, just like you would spaghetti on a fork, just take it and release it. Just saying, throat chakra, I need you to start expressing with love, with light, with communication, with understanding, whether it's my blocks, my mother's, my father's, my grandparents, please clear lifetime after lifetime. Then I feel a lot of discomfort back here, so we'll just lightly sweep it. I tell our high self committees, when I touch an area where I feel that people are getting some emotions, it's just saying, hey, right here, this is what's kind of stuck. As I take that breath in, hold, and exhale, I give you permission to remove those trapped emotions. So let's just go ahead and finish that off with another breath. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to ask anything to do on a physical level with a stiff neck, a tight neck, be removed, released, and cleared. Any fears from our past, always looking back. Let's stop looking back. Let's move forward. If there's things you want to forgive yourself for, or there's people you have to forgive, after this video, just keep going through with a lot of love, a lot of understanding and forgiveness. Doesn't mean that you're going to put yourself back in that position and experience it again. But what it's saying on a soul level, an energetic level, is there's some things that's happened in my life that I'm not okay with. And through my breath, through holding, I'm acknowledging, and I'm giving permission as I release and let go for my guides, my angels, God, to shift that energy, remove that energy, and replace it with a lot of love, a lot of confidence, a lot of self-worth, a lot of self-forgiveness, a lot of joy, and anything else you know you desire, you want, just claim it, call it in, hold it in your breath, and release it. You can heal yourself one emotion at a time. You just have to take a few moments to acknowledge that emotion. Again, we never blame, we never shame, and we never point the finger at someone. Sometimes it does take our heart time to heal from some really painful moments. But if you want inner serenity, inner calmness, inner peace, you will take that time and gift yourself with healing one emotion at a time. If you're trying to lose weight, I call it emotional weight loss. So whether it's belly button therapy or emotional weight loss, healing one lie, one secret, one feeling, one emotion at a time really heals your body, mind, and spirit. Thank you.